When did you realize you were the villain in someone else's story? I always thought I was helping my younger sister Chloe. She was shy, awkward, terrible at making friends, so I did what any good big sister would do. I included her in everything, brought her to parties, introduced her to my friends, made sure she was never alone. I was her protector, her social lifeline. At least, that's what I told myself. The truth hit me at her college graduation last month. I'd flown in to surprise her, expecting tears of joy. Instead, when she saw me in the crowd, her face went pale. Not happy surprised, scared surprised. After the ceremony, I rushed over to hug her. She stiffened in my arms. Her friends, I didn't recognize any of them, watched nervously, like I was some kind of threat. "These are your friends?" I asked, already mentally cataloging who seemed worthy of her time. "Yeah," she said quietly. "Friends you don't know about." That stung. Why wouldn't I know about them? Because I didn't tell you about them, Sophie. I didn't tell you about any of this. Her roommate, a girl with purple hair, whispered something to Chloe. Chloe nodded and turned back to me. "We need to talk. Alone." We went to a coffee shop off campus. Chloe sat across from me, hands wrapped around her mug like armor. For the first time, I noticed she looked different, confident, her own person. "I almost didn't graduate," she said finally. "I nearly dropped out freshman year because I was so scared you'd show up and take over my life again." "Take over? I was helping you." She laughed, but it was bitter. "Helping? Sophie, you sabotaged every friendship I tried to make. Remember Lily in middle school? You told her I still wet the bed so she'd think I was too immature to hang out with. Or Devin in high school? You convinced him I had a crush on him so he'd avoid me. Those people weren't good enough. For who? For me? Or for your image of me?" She was crying now. "You introduced me to your friends, then told them about all my embarrassing moments so they'd pity me. Made sure everyone saw me as Sophie's weird little sister who needed constant supervision." My stomach dropped. "I was protecting you. From what? From having my own life? You showed up at every single event, every party, every gathering. If I tried to go somewhere without you, you'd guilt trip me about excluding family. You read my diary, went through my texts, followed my friends on social media to monitor what I was doing." Each word hit like a punch, but she wasn't done. "Remember when I got into theater senior year? I was finally good at something, had friends who liked me for me. Then you joined theater too, despite hating it, and became the lead in every play. You couldn't stand me having one thing that was mine. I thought we were doing it together. No, Sophie, you were doing it to me. Everything was about you being the perfect older sister with the project little sister you were fixing. I wasn't a person to you. I was an accessory to your savior complex." I wanted to argue, but memories started flooding back differently. Me showing up at her school lunch uninvited, reading her texts to make sure she was safe, telling her friends embarrassing stories so they'd know the real her, joining every activity she tried, following her to community college even though I'd gotten into a better school. "The worst part," Chloe continued, "was that everyone thought you were amazing, supportive, devoted, the ideal sister. Nobody believed me when I said I felt suffocated. Mom said I was ungrateful. Dad said I was lucky to have you. Even therapists said sibling bonds were important to maintain. So you just cut me out?" "I had to. I transferred schools without telling you, changed my number, blocked you on everything. It was the only way I could figure out who I actually was without you hovering over me, deciding for me, living through me." She pulled out her phone, showed me photos from the past 3 years. Chloe at parties, laughing with friends, Chloe giving a presentation to a huge audience, Chloe with a boyfriend I'd never met, Chloe looking happy, free, herself. "I have anxiety because of you," she said simply. "I second guess every friendship because I'm waiting for someone to tell them I'm too weird, too damaged, too much work. I panic when people get too close because I think they're going to take over like you did." "I'm sorry," I whispered, but it felt hollow. "I know you thought you were helping," she said, standing up. "That's what makes it worse. You genuinely believed you were the hero in this story. But Sophie, you were my villain, the monster I had to escape to finally live." She left me sitting there with my cold coffee and crushing realization. Every memory I had of being a good sister was actually a memory of me controlling, manipulating, suffocating her. I'd stolen her adolescence thinking I was saving it. I didn't try to contact her again. What could I say? That I was sorry for loving her wrong? That I'd mistaken possession for protection? That I'd been so afraid of her failing that I'd never let her try? Sometimes being the villain isn't about being cruel. Sometimes it's about holding on so tight you crush what you're trying to protect.